Hi there, I'm Cathi Barker from Software Solutions, and we're having a look at Microsoft Outlook. This is one of a collection of videos. I do hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please like, please subscribe, just to let me know that I'm on the right track. But now what I'd like to do is have a look at the calendar side of Outlook. Outlook is so much more than an email program. It really does let you organize your time. And so we have our navigation options, of course, on the left-hand side. And in our navigation options is a button called Calendar. So I'm going to click that, for example. What we can do here is we can actually see what we've got committed in terms of time. We can see our calendar in a variety of ways. I've got a full week showing Monday to Sunday, but we can show a day, we can show a work week, we can show a full week, and we can show a month, and we can even show a schedule view, which is a little bit different when you've got more than one calendar. But I'm just going to go back to a 7-day week, for example. We also have the ability to navigate forward weeks using this button here. That's the next week, that's the previous week. So we can use these buttons to travel between our weeks. We also have on the left-hand side a Date Navigator, and I'm seeing 3 months because I like to look ahead. And so I've stretched this bar from showing me 2 months or even 1 month to actually showing me 3 months. And so you can adjust that as well. Another thing I like to do, as you can see here, is I like to see week numbers in my calendar. So today is, if I click on today is the 31st and we are in week 6 of the year 2023. So you can customize your calendar in terms of whether you want to see week numbers or not, what you want to see in terms of I start according to this at 7 because it's white and it's sort of darker before then, and I finish at 7, so it's darker after that. I can still put things after 7 and before 7, but they just appear as non-working. Let's have a look. If I go into File and I go into Options and I choose Calendar on the left-hand side, that's when I can say, what time do you typically start? You need to update that for yourself. What time do you typically finish? What to you is a work week? So if you don't work Wednesdays, take that off. And then when you ask for a work week, it'll only show you Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So that influences that work week view. Also influences when people can book you on a meeting because it'll say that's a non-working day for that person. So choose what days you work, what time you start, what time you finish. Choose which day you like your work week to begin with. I like it to begin with a Monday. Also further down, the default duration for appointments and meetings, 30 minutes for me. You might decide that's different for you. I like to put reminders on my meetings that default to 15 minutes. I like my calendar color to be a sort of a bluish, but you can choose your calendar color. You can also, here I've got ticked, show week numbers. Show week numbers in the month view and in the Date Navigator. Automatically switch to vertical when there's more than 5 calendars, things like that. You can have time zones. So if you work or have family in a second time zone or a third time zone, you can choose more than one time zone and you'll see that running down the left-hand side. But I only need one time zone. Also here, you can decide if you want to see the weather, which is what I'm seeing in the top right here, and whether you want to see it in Celsius or Fahrenheit. So in New Zealand, we deal with Celsius. Today is sort of cloudy, tomorrow is rain or showers, and Thursday is rain. And so there's various settings you can set for your calendar. Go have a look in there and see what you like. And I've got mine the way I like mine. So now that the Date Navigator has got week numbers, I find it easy to click on 5 or 4 or 3 if I want to see those weeks. Or I can drag from 5 to 6 if I want to see a fortnight, because there's no fortnight button up here. You can just drag and say, give me the 7th and the 8th week. And so here it says week 7 and here it says week 8. Or give me the 6th week, hold the control key, against the 8th week. The 6th against the 8th. Why it's important to be able to see, say, a week against another week is when you want to drag appointments from one day to another day, and that other day is 2 weeks away. So you can easily drag your appointments and move them between days. And so if you need to see a fortnight, drag down. If you need to see 3 weeks, drag down 3 weeks. If you need to see 5 weeks, drag down. You're not restricted to these buttons. And if you need to see, say, these 3 days, 1, 2, 3, hold the control key against these 3 days. I'm now seeing the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd against the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. It's a really good way that you can use the Date Navigator to select what you want to see in your calendar nice and easily. Now, the other thing, if I go back to today, the other thing is to control this time scale here. To control the time scale, you could right click. If you right click, you can change it from 30-minute intervals, which is 2 things per hour, to maybe 15-minute intervals. Now I can put 1, 2, 3, 4 things in a given hour. It takes up more space though. So depending on the size of your screen, I can right click and say, actually just change it to just 60 minutes. And so now each hour is just able to hold 1 item or 1 line, but I can see more on my screen. It's also under view that you can also adjust the time scale as well, and you can see it here. But I'm going to put mine back to 30 minutes. Typically I can get a couple of things done in an hour. Most things I do take at least half an hour to get done. Okay, so that's your time intervals as well. Now let's have a look at actually making an appointment. Once you've got your calendar customized and your screen set up the way you want it to, let's say I'm going to make an appointment. Let's just go for this Saturday. If I double click, I can create an appointment, and here it is here. Or I could just go for home, new appointment, and I'll maximize it. The appointment, well, this is where you just give it a title. So maybe I've got a dentist. Oops. And then if I press tab on my keyboard, I move forward. If I press shift tab, I move backwards. So I'm going to tab, maybe I've got it on Sunday, so I put sun. Shift tab, maybe I've got it on Friday, so I press Friday. Shift tab. Maybe I've got it on the 18th, so I put 18. So you can put brief things. You don't have to hit the drop down. And maybe the appointment is 10, tab, 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 tab. Oops. Tab to 11, tab. So you can do things like tab, 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 1p to 3p. Things like that, as far as your times go. Then put a location in, so maybe it's 15 4th Crescent, and any details that you want to put in. And basically when I save and close, I will have created a dentist appointment on the 18th, so let me go to the 18th, dentist appointment 18th from 1 till 3. So put appointments into your calendar, then people know you're busy, and when they try to make you attend meetings during times where you're busy, they won't be able to because they'll say that person's busy. Come back and look at the next video. I've got some more information I want to share with you with calendars. I do hope you're enjoying the videos. Please like or subscribe so I know whether I'm on the right track. But come back and let's have a look more at the calendar in Outlook. See you soon.